Alright, live. I want to work on this car battery a little bit. I got some of these flat washers out of Walmart, size 8. On this battery, when you're taking it off, you want to take off the negative first. And when you put it back on, you put it back on the positive. If your battery doesn't have a tight fit, depending on whether you got steel or copper fittings, it'll create like a bluish color, look like sort of like battery acid. You know, you get some of this or some baking soda and warm water and neutralize it and kill it. And get you some dielectric grease and grease up your terminals. But you want to clean it first and all that before you do that. But anyway, I'm just about to, you know, put some fit and washers on this to give it a more tight connection. So in future purposes, we could try to stay away from this problem. So that's what I'm going for right now, is a more tight connection. See, the connection is not as tight as I want it to be. So I'm gonna try to put a washer. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a washer up here. Let me get a screwdriver, you guys. I'll be right back. Get something to get it up off there with. There we go. Now I cleaned it the other day, and I just did mine with baking soda and warm water. And it's still corrosion free, so that must mean I got the connection good and tight enough. But I knew I needed some washers, and so that wasn't tight enough for me. If you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna put a washer up here. Try to get it tight as possible. That's what we're gonna do. If you commenting, if you're in here, I can't even see. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get this done. So we got that one off. Let's get this side off now. As you can see, it's still clean and ready to go. you remember righty tighty, lefty loosey, it'll tell you which way to unloosen these screws. That's what just about any situation, unless it's like a sort of like a reverse screw or something. So I hope the number 8 size washers really work to give it a more tight connection. That way I won't have that corrosion and be stuck on the side of the road. Yeah, the other day I lifted up. I went to go get my car inspection. The inspectors didn't let me know, but they probably figured I didn't want to deal with it right then at the moment. I was just trying to get in and out of there, and they probably had a lot of work on their plate. So, but when I looked at it, it was full of corrosion on both sides. It was the color greenish blue, and you know that's not coming from having a good battery connection. It doesn't mean my battery is leaking battery acid. It's just not coming from having a good connection with the electrostatics and the chemical imbalances that's in the batteries. So I got that side off. So now let's go to work. It shouldn't even take long. I got some number 8 size flat washers. Let's crack that open and see, can we get to it. Really, that's what it's all about, trying to get to it. I might just put like a light coating of anti-seize. Let me see how that'll fit. Oh man, I don't think it would fit at all. Should have got a like a number 9 size. Oh man. So what happens, it'll go over the screw, but it's not big enough to really even go down. So let me try something. A nice try. Let's see if I can press it. We're going to try to press it. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to have to press it. Oh man. Now that, I didn't want to do that. Now all hell done broke loose. That's one mistake, but it's okay. This is what we have this for. So I got a box right here, and in this toolbox I have all kind of screws, but most definitely I got a magnet. Let's put this magnet down here and see if I can retrieve what I was looking for, and I got it. Now let's try this over again. Alright. So let's put a little force with it. Alright. I see that it's so tight. Let me look real quick to see if I got a washer in here that's clean enough and big enough to do that job. Cause I don't want to force it up there. It's about the size of a number 8 too. Let's see, since we'll be putting the positive first. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I got one for the positive side. Let me see if I got another screw in here with a washer. That's odd that I would only have one screw. Alright. Well, let's focus on the positive side of things. Because this negative. So you probably want to get like a number 10 pack instead of a 8 or number 10 size washer. But I did find it, and to make sure I keep some of that moisture out, I'm gonna put a light coating of anti-seize on the where the screw go, or where the connection would be. Just a very light coating. Right where I would put this washer at. And we're gonna try to, let me make sure real quick before I go through this, before I use the number 8. You don't want this to touch the battery, so keep these things tucked in. But let me make sure real quick that this number 8 size washer won't fit this terminal over here, and then I could just do it like that, if you know what I'm saying. Well, we're running into the same problem because they the same size. So what I'm gonna have to do is hold on to those washers and just go in my toolbox and find another washer. Okay, so I got this washer. Move and clean. I could spray it down with some battery cleaner, but I'm not going through all that right now. I'm gonna hit it with a little coating of anti-seize, just a tap. Coating of anti-seize. Help keep some of that moisture out. Keep some of that moisture out. Dang, I hate to put this anti-seize on my pants. I don't have a rag. Yeah, I just want to keep some of this moisture out. So I just hit it. Hit all the areas. Look cold. You don't want to put it where the battery is connected. You don't want to put it where the battery is connected. I already got dielectric grease around the battery terminals thing. So let's go on and connect this back up there. You want to push that down and get it down solid as you could get it. Make sure everything is set. Take your screw. This is going to ensure a tight connection. That's what we're going for, is a more tighter connection. That's what we're going for. Just turn it. There you go. Just turn the thing. Guarantee you, after you do this method, you won't have that much corrosion. Let me just see, can I just twist it by hand real quick, get it tight enough so we could just go on it. Yeah, there you go. Then the reason why I'm putting these washers up here, because the screw was going into the battery terminal, not securing a tight enough connection. So the battery terminals were loose. They were loose. And the connection wasn't tight. As you see, it's just tightening up so good right now. The connection is tight, solid. The anti-seize is going to help keep some of that moisture out of there. And it's going to just be a solid connection. Let me just go on and get this up in there and just tighten it on up. You just go into it, stop. Now I hope it stopped. There it go. See that washer? That's a solid connection right there. That washer gave me a more solid connection. Now you just can't wiggle it. It's not loose. None of that. Now I got a tight connection there. Very tight, very solid. Very solid and very tight connect. Yeah, got a very tight connection on there. Now, let me go over and see, can I find another washer real quick. Look at my hands with the anti-seize up there. Find another washer real quick. Now I got a jar full of screws. I'm just wondering before I empty all these screws out of here. Is there a washer in here? I'm gonna go look in a different box real quick because I don't see. So I didn't find a washer. I did find another screw. I'm gonna see can I do like some MacGyver type. Uh, and this is what I was telling you guys that you would need to put around your terminals. Dielectric grease. This dielectric grease you can get it from Walmart, AutoZone, anywhere. But I'm gonna see if this will fit, or is it gonna just? This might work. This might work. So let's pray that this work to give me that solid connection. So I ain't got to keep playing around with this. No one wants to come see battery corrosion on their battery. And this is crazy too, because now I done pushed this thing up there. Now I got to try to get it off. So Alright, now I got to get the pliers. Sorry for this, you guys. I got to get the pliers to get that off. I just grabbed the first pliers that I seen. These were some long needle nose pliers, just to try to get this thing a twist and a twirl, just to get it off. Now let's see, will it come off? No. Thank God for Handyman. I think us that's more breaded in the South, see, it came right off. We are naturally born handyman. Let's see if that'll fit. That might just be perfect. Let's see if I could get that screw. Alright, so I'm gonna go with the anti-seize again. It's just help that connection just to be more solid. Just a thin coat. That's it. Keep out some of that moisture. So, where's that screw? For some reason, I smell gas. It smells like there's a gas leak somewhere in the neighborhood. Hey there. Just trying to get it twisted down a little bit. For some reason, I hope I didn't strip it or get it cross threaded. Alright, let's try to go on and put this thing back up there. Probably see a few sparks. Get it down there real good. Alright. So I'm gonna just take my extension and see if I can get my extension up in here. Oh, that I didn't want to do. Get this thing a twirl. Let's see. Well, that extension is kind of long, so I just keep going doing what I'm doing. Just take that. For some reason, I feel that I cross-threaded it, those threads. For some reason, it's not going back on how it came off. I think I messed those threads up. definitely don't want to break it. I guess it'll just pan it all out. Let me get it down, make sure it's down, sitting up there tight. Yeah, when I forced that washer up there, I think yeah, because it's loosening up now. Now that it's past that part. There we go. Now it's getting tight. Let's make sure it's all the way down. Nice, flush, and seated, and very tight to keep out that corrosion, to keep out, you know, that's what we want. We want a tight and secure connection where it's not moving. Let's see. It's very tight. It's very tight. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. That's the goal. Just coming back, just rubbing it down, rubbing my fingers, getting some of that anti-seize off. And that's all I was looking for. Just a very tight, secure connection. Anti-seize just a little bit, just help keep some of the moisture out. You know, don't put it on your battery terminals. You know, just a little bit around, just to help, just a tap, keep some of the moisture out. What I got around my battery terminal, I got terminal grease. You know, and let me just open up the door to make sure the lights come on, to make sure we solidify. Yep, got power, baby. And so I just did all that just to show y'all, because when I came last week, it was a lot of blue stuff down here, and you know, I know my battery terminals wasn't solid, and so now that they solid and it's clean, I just took baking soda. At the time I went and bought this from Walmart. I didn't have this at the time, so I just took baking soda and some warm water, neutralized it, cleaned up the area, I had gloves on, of course, cleaned up the area, and you know, did my thing. And so now I think we're good to go. I could put my magnet up. I could put the tools back up. Look at this magnet versus this magnet. This one, the original magnets that I had. And, you know, I just went and bought a brand new one because the extension on this had failed. But this served me for years in the auto mechanic field. And, man, I tell you, I got some stuff that's coming up that's major. I would take these back to Walmart, but I just keep them. They wasn't nothing but $1, and so, you know, you never know what you might need them for, you know. So they just little washers, you know. I never know what I'm gonna need them for, so I'm just keep them. Thank God I had some rigged up screws, and I was able to just get that solid connection. Even if you had to use a double screw, anything that was like a washer. So, you know, a lot of battery terminal sizes are size 8 for the washers, you know. But I should have got a 9 or a 10, you know. it'd have been a better fit. Yeah, so now I got a solid connection. I got some stuff that's coming up, like spark plugs and different stuff like that that I might be doing. And I might give y'all a more in-depth look of how to change ignition coils, spark plugs, and stuff like that. You know, that's what I was just out here doing. Just beasting it out, getting that secure connection. Man, I'm so happy now. I feel like I could go down the road and won't have a problem. You know, that's what I feel like right now. I could drive right down the road and wouldn't have that problem of not having a secure connection, going to crank up the car, and just, that battery acid can, or that corrosion can lead to other stuff. So not having that secure connection just make me feel some type of way. But now that I got that secure connection, I feel more in depth. I feel more in the game. So I could go on and start slowly, gently putting my tools back up and just rest assurance that I have a secure, solid battery connection. Hey, bees, what are you doing? We didn't ask for y'all. Yeah, I could rest assurance that this battery connection is solid and secure. Now I have a very secure, solid battery connection, and I'm a let me go. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick that I learned from years that you have to double check what the YouTubers be saying and the reason why. And this was on me because I used to get the caliber brake grease, but I seen one YouTuber. He's a certified, bona fide, well-known YouTuber. I won't even say his name up here, but I talked to Google Gemini and I asked her about it. And let me see if I got the product first. First, I'll show you this. One time I was in a jam and didn't have nothing, and I had to do some brakes. I got this old choke tube gun grease. I had to use it in a jam. I was caught up in a jam doing some brakes, and this all I had was old choke tube and gun grease, and it got me out of that jam. You could never go wrong with this lube right here for your brakes. Also, this is brake lubricant, um, Slide Glide, and I always used to use that, but I'm gonna show you uh this stuff right here. A YouTuber showed me this. This is, oh, so I was looking at the wrong one. I take it back. I take it back because I looked up the wrong one. I looked up silicone dielectric. This says silicone brake caliber grease and dielectric compound. So this stuff was the right stuff. So what I was searching for on Amazon was wrong. Amazon got one up there just called silicone. It doesn't say brake caliber grease. It just says silicone and dielectric compound. So you have to make sure that you get the right one off Amazon. These are for your brakes, your pins, and your calipers and stuff. So they say they use this right here for Ford products everywhere. You can just get this stuff. This is some good stuff, man. This is my bag. This is like my work bag that I go to. You know, when I ain't got something, I mean, it's in here. Like I say, what I got in here. I used to use anti-seize. I got some new anti-seize now. Woo! Permatex gasket maker. This probably, I probably could throw this away. This probably, but yeah. Just a lot of different things in here. You know, just to get you over the hump. Blue Loctite. You see that right there? I got blue Loctite in there. You know, a lot of stuff in here that just, you know, that we need as mechanics. And I got the order. I'm glad I seen that. I'm glad I was online, because I was about to say something that was not true. And because I looked up the wrong thing. So I was about to put something. I'm glad I looked before I said what I said. And I'm glad I know not to mention names, because I wasn't going to tell y'all the guy name, but I was saying something. Nobody talks about. Hold up, let me see. He's saying nobody talks about Tyler Vellitt. Hey man, what you doing, little bro? Oh, I was making sure that I had a tight, secure battery connection. My batteries was loose. My batteries, the screw was going into the terminal. Let me show you. Let me show you. The screw was going into the terminal. So you see right here on the battery post, I put a little anti-seize around it to keep out some of the moisture. The screw was going into the terminal, so the terminal would be wiggly, and it would make battery compound or battery corrosion, or sort of something that looked like battery acid. So I put a washer or extra screw here, to make sure of a great connection. Now it's tight, it's not wiggly, it doesn't move at all. And so I'm gonna get that great connection and solidified. You know, so now my will be able to crank up. And don't y'all know that tariffs is about to change the game, what Donald Trump is implementing? So go on and get your tools and your stuff now. I mean, like right now, like ASAP. Go on and put in your order like right now, because that's going to be it. When you don't put that order in, you might as well go on and get ready to fill. That's going to be it. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope y'all are ready for the game changer, because Donald Trump ain't letting nothing get by. That's just the bottom line. I'm going to say it again. Donald Trump ain't letting nothing get by. That's just the bottom line. And y'all know it as well as I know it. You know, Trump ain't letting nothing get by. So you might as well go on and get ready. Go on and get ready. You know what it is. I know what it is. We all know what it is. Trump ain't letting nothing get by. And I gotta change my ignition coils coming up. But my car scream Motorcraft. And y'all know when your car scream Motorcraft, y'all know what time it is. You gotta pay. But look, I'm gonna show you what I got from Walmart. I got a bag of goodies from Walmart. I got that filter right there. But that won't go on this car. That'll go on the other car. And I got some WD-40. And I had got those, but they wouldn't do the job. They didn't get the job done. And I got that Permatex. And I got that battery cleaner. The acid battery cleaner. Oh man, keep that on hand. That's good. I was gonna get another manual scrubbing battery cleaner, but I just say, man, I'll keep the old one. I'll just keep the old one and do with that and make it do what it do. There's so many different ways to skin a cat, if you know what I mean. So let me get to putting some of this stuff up. But man, I just wanted to come up here and chop it up with y'all because y'all know I'm the jack of all trades, right? If you know me, then you know I'm the jack of all trades. I do everything from making pizza to fixing cars. And now I got a solid, secure connection. I don't know why my camera keep going out of focus. It wants to do its own thing. You see that? Let me just pull it back. All right, focus, baby. Now I got a solid, secure connection. Crazy camera. Yeah, I got a solid, secure connection, and I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm gonna clean up the engine bay and get some of this pollen and everything. Go buy some engine gunk and try to clean up this engine bay some. You know, keep everything clean and running smooth. That's what we want. Smoothness. You gotta be a handyman, man. If you's a man's man, you're a real man. You know what it means to be a handyman. Just enough to keep the car on the road. You know? That's it. That's what I do. I keep the car on the road, man. Don't be confused on my channel. I am the jack of all trades. Don't be confused. You know, and when I tell y'all cleaning up the engine bay, that means getting that pollen off. That pollen, and I'm gonna change out the oils and everything. I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. I'm gonna change out everything. You can believe that. If you see me with an oil filter, that lets you know I changed my own oil. Why would you go to a shop and let them change your oil for them to come tell you something else is wrong? Look up how many shops take advantage of people like y'all. And the reason, because you're not natural born handyman. Why would you send your wife to the shop to get an oil? Take advantage of her. She don't know nothing about cars. They're going to take advantage of her. And that's just bottom line. It is what it is. When I didn't know nothing about cars and I was young, 18 and 19, and I took a car to the shop, they were laughing. Because I'm 18, 19, bringing my car to the shop, getting it fixed. You know it's time to get took advantage of. You're young and dumb. You know, it's not like if I knew about cars, they wouldn't have been able to do it. But since I didn't know, they could tell me anything. I went to the car thing one time for inspection. I had to be about 18 or 19, and they told me the brake, I needed a brake light switch. Yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop. It was kind of sad and disheartening, but that's what it was. I needed a brake light switch, and it was just, but they did it to me, and they didn't have no remorse. Oh no, they didn't have any remorse when they did that to me. Why would they have remorse on me? They was just trying to get their paper, if you feel what I'm saying. Yeah, they was just trying to get their paper. Uh, I don't condone nobody trying to cheat other people just because you trying to get your paper. You know, you trying to cheat other people because you want to get your money. I mean, why cheat me? So it's crazy. I got a lot coming up, but I got to make it do what it do. You know, um, hopefully y'all can make it do what it do. Also, I'm gonna tell you something. Go get you one of them little scan tool readers. Go buy you a expensive one that costs like about $200 or $300, so it'll be easy to work with. And when something happens to your car, just hook up your scan tool read and see what it is. Anybody can work on a car if they got DIY videos on YouTube, and you watch about 10 or 15 to 100 of them and how to do it, and then go watch a few simulator videos, and then go get out and work on that car. You know, if you don't know how to jack a car up, YouTube it, and you'll know that you need jacks, a good jack, and jack stands. And it'll tell you exactly where to put the jack at and all that. You know, you just have to take your time. Nothing comes overnight, but anybody can do it. Start buying your tools here and there and getting your stuff together. You know, people say, "Oh, you can't work on them foreign cars." Who lied to you, man? Who lied to you? Then man make a foreign car? Who told you you had to go to school to work on a BMW or a Mercedes? Someone lied to you. Who said you can't do it? Who lied to you? There's people out here every day working on foreign cars and not taking those cars to the shop. Why? You think the man that work in the shop take his car to the shop? Yeah, if he want a quick, fast fix. But if he got the tools at home and he don't want to deal with the shop, he fixes stuff right in his garage. If it's against shop policy for him to bring his car there, where you think he fixed it at? In his garage. Don't be a fool. He's never gonna take his car to the shop and get done up. Get done up to the sun up. Straight up. So why would you do it? If he's not gonna do it, why would you do it? I just wanna know. You know? So I really should get down and dirty and change this oil. But I'm not gonna waste my time today. I'm gonna just stay. I just wanted to come out here and secure this battery connection because I already had cleaned the battery. The next I'll go for is cleaning my engine bay, getting the pollen and the gunk, and then I'll go for the tune-ups and everything that comes with it. You know, changing out the brake oil, changing out the power steering fluid, you know, just the whole shebang. And, you know, just having a peace of mind that I know what I'm doing and the car shop know what they doing, and it was free. All I had to do was put in the work, and they didn't come in here and say, hey, you need this, hey, you need that. No, you just want to run my pockets when I ain't got no pockets for you to run. So, you know, watch car shops. They're gonna run your pockets. That's what I could tell you. If I can't tell you nothing else, I tell you to watch car shops because they're gonna run your pockets. If they don't do nothing else, they're gonna run them pockets. For real, for real. So I'm gonna take my little toolbox and I'm gonna take it back over here. And you better not go to no tire shop looking for that free service, because they don't want to do it. They don't want to give you no free service. Them young boys being there mad working on them cars, man. Treat your car like crap. Um, Put your screws on too tight and everything. Won't balance your tie to the proper specs and everything. Man, for real. You have to find a shop that's really gonna do what you ask them to do. You can't find a shop like that, try to do some of that work yourself. Yeah, because it's just crazy out here. But I showed y'all the good stuff. So try to put in some of the work yourself. You're gonna need to do that. If you could get some of this work done yourself, you'll be better off. Yeah, so I feel much better now. Uh, WYD, what you doing? I was securing my battery connection. I was securing the battery connection. Um, you see these right here? I put a washer there because this screw was going inside there, making it weak. Same on this side, I put a washer there because that screw was going inside there, making the terminal weak, and it was loose. Anytime that your terminal is loose, it'll create battery corrosion, sort of a bluish color corrosion. So I put some battery terminal dielectric grease up there, and a anti-seize in a few spots. I didn't put anti-seize where the connection go. I just put it around the corners, the edges, to keep out some of the moisture. That's it. I was securing a great battery connection. That's all. And I was able to achieve that great battery connection with flies and stuff. I was able to achieve that great battery connection. And now I'm solid. I shouldn't get no corrosion. You know, um, the battery is solid. The connection is prominent. You know, I feel more good about it. I feel more good about it now. Um, so that's how we're gonna run it. Got a solid connected battery. It's not moving. You're not just gonna be able to twist it and turn it, and it shouldn't create no corrosion. Like I did my other battery like that, and I haven't seen corrosion for a long time. You have to have a solid battery connection. Anytime you lift up the hood of your car and you see blue stuff around your battery terminals, go on and handle that. And so now my battery is clean and I have a solid connection, so the car cranked right up, and I could just basically have a peace of mind. So there's a lot of stuff that you want to do on your own, or that you want to try to be able to do on your own, as a man. And if you could change your own spark plugs, don't take it to the shop. If you could do your own brakes, don't take it to the shop, because they're going to run over you. They're going to charge you high prices. They're not going to give you it's going to be the same thing that you do. It's nothing different, you know. So if you do your research and if you study and you can learn to do this stuff on your own, do it, man. It's easy. It's just physical labor. And a lot of y'all don't want to put in the physical labor. Like, I took my car to the Ford shop and it had a bad alternator. I bought a brand new alternator about 10, 15 years ago. Let the Ford shop put it on, and about 4 years into that, my battery light kept coming on. I take it back to the Ford shop and I told them I got the alternator from here, and they tell me it's trying to get that waltz away. Yeah, so the Ford shop tell me the battery light is not on, so it's nothing that they could do about it, and they see nothing wrong. So I drove 5 years with that battery light coming off and on. It won't nothing but a faulty alternator. So I decided to do it myself. I changed the alternator myself, and when I took the alternator out, on the back of the alternator it said refurbished. And I called the Ford company, and they had put me under a false phone number and everything, so it wasn't nothing I could do about it. I couldn't get my money back or nothing. So those guys at the shop knew what they was doing, and they sold, when I paid for a brand new one, they put a refurbished alternator up there and probably kept half of the money. So once I learned to do it myself, that light never came back on, and my battery problems was fixed. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you just have to learn to do yourself, whether you want to do it or not. You just have to take initiative. Let me go put some more of these tubes up, and I'll be right back. So when you take your car to these shops and they putting on tires or whatever, they only supposed to put those tires as tight as 100 foot-pounds. If they go tighter than that, that means they put your tires on too tight, and it'll be hard for you to get them off if you have to change it yourself. What a beautiful ladybug. Yeah, so, man. Yeah, it's time for me to change my oil. Still went past the recommended intentions. So let me make sure that I got everything from up under the hood, because last time I left my cell phone up in there. Thank God for the screensavers. They do work. Screensavers do work. For y'all that don't believe they work, they do. Do work. So you know, it's time for a good old oil change. And that's where we at with that. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. Gave y'all an hour of my life. I appreciate y'all. You know, it's just that you a lot that you have to do to keep up cars. So it's best that you get out here and run that peak performance when you get ready for it to run and to do the necessary things that is needed to be done. It's best that you get out here every day and do something. You know, and if you take care of your car will take care of you. And that's just how the game go. So just like I just said, if you take care of your car will take care of you. And that's just how the game go. I want to continue to chop it up with you guys and give y'all you know, different things that you could talk about. But man, I'm so happy that I was able to achieve a solid connection. So what I do, I take my phone, go see if my car crank up. Ooh, that pollen. My connection is solid. And overall, I feel good about it. Got a solid cranking connection now. I feel good. Anybody know anything about the 4.6? I gotta clean up this engine bay, get some of this piling up off here. I feel good. What I did, I put a washer there, and I put a washer there, cleaned off all the corrosion, and I was able to get a solid connection. Now everything's running good. Everything's sounding good. It sounds like a true 4.6. I need to change the coolant. Need to change the ignition coils. Need to change the oil and the spark plug. Change the brake fluid and change the power steering fluid. Now everybody do it different from me. Some people do a full brake fluid change. I just suck all that out, put brand new one. I suck all that out, twist the tie back and left, forth, and put brand new fluid in there. Everybody's different. Everybody does it different, especially with the 4.6. An oil change might need a new pulley eventually. Get a new pulley. Might end up doing the belt and everything. So I'm gonna just start ordering parts and just start replacing. Ordering and replacing. Ordering and replacing. You know, you could never go wrong. Just order and replace. Order and replace. You do that for like about a year, your car be back up to standard. All summer long, that's probably what I just do. Order and replace. Clean the engine block, clean this stuff up real good, and we'll be straight, you know. So with the tariffs that's going up, everything's going up, hopefully you could get your parts. So that's 2 hours I done gave y'all of my life, an hour 17 minutes, and an hour today. So I gotta go. Peace.